Hello, my name is Catherine Murphy. I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in November of 22. I am also a member of the Irish Dementia Working Group. Last year, I was invited to be a participant in the Rights Made Real course. My first reaction was talk equals lecture, possibly very boring. But as I always participate in courses organised by the Alzheimer's Society of Ireland, I did indeed attend and was totally blown away and amazed at how much I got from it. Today, I would like to tell you a little bit about this course and why I feel this is a course which should be rolled out for all people living with dementia. I will now hand you over to Saoirse.
Thanks, Catherine. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, I just want to tell you a little bit about the background of the Rights Made Real course. The Irish Dementia Working Group believe in promoting the human rights of people living with dementia in Ireland. So the Alzheimer Society of Ireland saw funding from the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission. Luckily, we were successful. It was the first of its kind of its training, as it was co-created by people living with dementia. An advisory panel was set up and people living with dementia were on this panel. In order for this training to be successful, it was imperative that people living with dementia were involved at all stages. So what was the purpose of the Rights Made Real training? We wanted to empower people living with dementia to understand their human rights. We wanted to make those rights real and applicable. We wanted to move human rights from the shelf into something that can impact the lives of people living with dementia in a positive manner. We at the Alzheimer Society of Ireland are an evidence-based organisation, so evaluation and training and in reviewing this course, was crucial. The Alzheimer Society of Ireland's research team developed a robust evaluation for the course. This included online surveys, face-to-face surveys with all participants before and after the course, interviews with the human rights facilitator, and interviews with the advocacy, engagement and participation officer, that's me. The full report can be found on the Alzheimer Society of Ireland's website, and we will also be signposting it at the end of this presentation. The findings, we think, are amazing, and myself and Catherine would like to talk through some of the findings with you today. Catherine, would you like to tell people some of the key points?
Well, prior to starting the course, participants had a varied amount of knowledge of their own human rights, with almost a third having no knowledge at all. According to the stats at the end of the course, the majority of participants, 62.5%, said they now had a greater knowledge of their rights. I certainly felt I had been given a huge gift. Suddenly, I understood I actually had rights too, and my decisions should be respected and accepted, even if they are contrary to what other people want from me.
Catherine, can you tell us a little bit about what you thought before you started the course?
Well, before I took the course, I thought it was going to be very boring. Human rights, yawn, yawn. But I was so wrong, because Eleanor was such an excellent tutor. The very first thing she told us was human rights are to correct human wrongs. I thought that was a powerful statement and it will stay with me for the rest of my life. Eleanor was effervescent, enthusiastic, and had designed the course for us. She made a great connection with each of us and kept us connected to the information she was imparting by using bullet points and short videos. The videos gave us a better understanding of the written words as they gave us a vivid image of the decision-making process. And she did a powerful job of ensuring we were understanding and retaining the information. It was the best and most important course I have ever taken.
Wow. So, Catherine, would you like to tell people about another key point?
Well, looking at the stats again, 83% agreed that they had learned about how their own human rights could be upheld. And 77% stated that if they felt their human rights were not being upheld, that they knew how to act in that situation. These stats are so true. Because of this course, I felt totally empowered and have been handed the armoury to ensure that I had the right to make decisions involving my life going forward without any need for arguing or pleading. After a few days pondering everything, I sat down with my family and explained to them that I expected to be included in all decisions being made regarding my future. Armed with the information on decision-making which Eleanor had given us, I explained to them how there were 3 key processes they needed to take to ensure I had an opportunity opportunity to understand the information, digest the information, and then make a decision. This would help them to accept my decision. The three key processes were: one, to judge the right time to ask the question, morning, noon, or evening, depending on when I seemed more cognitive and able to participate. To ask me to repeat the question back to them, which would show I had an understanding of what I was being asked. And then to listen to my take on my acceptance or rejection of this decision. They could ask me the same question 3 times over a reasonable period of time in order to satisfy themselves I had understood the question, retained the information, and was very clear on what I was deciding on and what decision I was making. This discussion with the family means I can rest easy regarding my future, and I know I will be included in the decision-making process and anything else which may affect me going forward.
Wow, extremely powerful. So, Catherine, there's many key points we know from the evaluation, but I think there was one that really stood out for both of us. Would you mind telling people a little bit about that one?
But that's where we found 92% felt, following completion of this course, that they were now empowered to make human rights real and applicable to their own lives. Based on the results and the stats, I believe this course was worth investing in, and we should continue to invest in bringing this knowledge to all people with Alzheimer's and dementia, as they will reap many rewards and gain so much knowledge about their own human rights. Taking this course will give people empowerment and confidence, tools for decision making, and it gives everyone an understanding for their future, and it means they can rest easy after talking to their families.
Thank you so much, Catherine. That really is powerful, and I think it really proves that the human rights were taken off the shelf and put into everyday use. So thank you for listening to Catherine and myself. If you would like a full copy of the report, you can check the Alzheimer's Society website, and we will signpost it here too.